Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Firefly, a mod that adds in a lot of little magical potions, scrolls, and some really pretty effects. So as you can see, I'm surrounded by fireflies in here, and there isn't too much that this mod adds as far as items. You can see here in the top left, that's about everything that this mod adds in currently. It may change over time. But it does add in some really pretty blocks, as well as some really cool new light sources, as well as some magic stuff. So let's get into how you can start. Basically, you're going to want these items on my right side of my inventory here. You're going to start off with a Firefly Lure, which is just a bunch of wood with some pots on top. But you're also going to probably want some kind of scroll table, potion cauldron, Firefly Press, that's right. But before we get into those, you're also going to want some Firefly Jars, because you're going to want to catch these fireflies so that you can harness their firefly juices. Yeah, it's kind of gross like that, but it's otherwise you can always just use it for aesthetics. So to start, you're going to want a Firefly Lure like we have here. You put it down, you notice at the top here does not have anything in it. You will then want yourself a bucket of water, which here, let's put that there. You right click and it will fill it, and then it will start generating slowly fireflies over time. It does not have to be nighttime or anything. I just did it because around twilight, because that's when I tend to see fireflies most often in real life. So anyway, that being done, you then now have fireflies, spawning. We've got a green one here, we've got a yellow one up there. Depending upon the biome that you're in, you'll get different colored fireflies spawning, and this can vary considerably. Each one will have different effects and abilities if you harness them. Otherwise, they're just really pretty. Now, you can make Firefly Jars simply with some glass. You get 8 of them at a time, which is really nice because you can use them as light sources if you want. They just sit there. They don't like move around or anything in the bottle, which probably helps with servers if you're going to use it as a general light source around your place. But otherwise, it's just really nice. You just need to kind of aim at the item, at the firefly, and then you right click and you will capture it. Now I currently have 2 of them. There we go. I have a forest firefly is what I got. And then you can put it down on the ground and you can create a new light source just like that. Pretty darn cool. Now, of course, I currently have my inventory filled with stuff and I'm partially uncreative just so that I can better demonstrate some of this stuff for you in a quick and easy manner. Now, other things that you probably want to do besides just look at these things is actually use them to create some fantastical magical abilities with the scrolls and the potions. Now, these are different kinds of potions. They aren't made with your usual brew stand that you would in your vanilla Minecraft, but in this case, it should work just fine depending upon how you have things set up. So, if you want to go the route of the potions, which will have passive effects that will last for several minutes, and they are pretty darn cool. We've got the Liquid Luck Potion, which you have a chance to double ore drops when you're mining. Now, this currently is a work in progress at the time of this video, which should be fixed in the future. Otherwise, you've got Druid's Delight Potion, which will give a chance to spawn passive mobs around you. You've got the Mandragora Potion, which your attacks have a chance of applying a poison effect. You've got Dragon's Wrath Potion, which has a chance to dodge, or you have a chance to dodge and set the enemy on fire when you're being attacked. Very handy indeed. Then you've got the Wisdom Draft Potion, which this will just straight up double your XP gain out in the world. But again, very useful. And you've got the Blood Fury Potion, which this has a chance for you to deal double damage. It doesn't mean you will every time, just that there's a chance. As with many of these, there's a chance for things to happen. And they're very useful, and each one has their own special ingredients. You'll need some juice, some different ingredients, some juice, some different ingredients, some juice, different ingredients, and so on, as you see here, depending upon what things are. Now, you're probably thinking, juice, we haven't made any juice. Well, that's because you're going to need a juicer here. In other words, a Firefly Press. If you make one of these, it's just very simple recipe of some logs and stone with a piston. But you just put in here some kind of firefly. Let's grab an earth firefly and we'll just... It is now juiced. That's right, I just killed it. You can't place it into the world anymore. It is now squished. And then you're using its juices to make yourself a scroll. In which case, you need to make one of these things, a scroll table, which is made with a Firefly jar and some other stuff, as you can see. Not too bad. You put in some paper, and then you put in the appropriate juice. In this case, let's put Earth Firefly juice in here. Click it, and there we go. I get a minor scroll. Nice, which I already have some, but that's fine. I'm in creative, so I don't really need any more. But there you go. It said level 1. Now, if I want a lot of minor scrolls, let's see. I want... Or better yet, a much more powerful version. I need to take up to 10 of these and squish them. And yes, fireflies can push you around because they're living entities with, for some reason, massive health bars. But if I take 10 of these now, and I go into my scroll table, put them in here, and I put in a piece of paper, I can now make it into a minor scroll level 10, which is going to be a huge area that it's going to affect. So let's give an example of what some of these scrolls can do. I've got a spot down here. Let's see if I give you a little bit of a view. Now, when you use these, they will be used up in most cases. Some of them, if they have higher levels, will allow you to just use it multiple times up to that number. For example, I think the Demon Scroll does that, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it the Thunder Strike? No, I think it's the Demon Scroll. Anyway, if I use this minor scroll right now, boop, there we go. It would be used up and gone, and some ores would have just been created in the world. Pretty cool. Now, if I use the super minor scroll, this one here is what, level 10? Blech. and yes, this is going deep into the wall as well. And you are going to get, as you can see up there, there's some emeralds up at the top. There's a chance of getting like diamonds and other things like that. But yeah, it's a really effective way of mining things. You could feasibly, make a whole bunch of just these and mine from the surface. no longer needing to go down underground. Now that will only affect stone, of course. So if you're trying to use something else, it is on something else. It's not going to work. Like diorite or dirt or whatever. But anyway, let's go over some of these other scrolls now that you are familiar with how to make the juice by putting them in a juicer and putting them on scrolls. Of course, you don't know how to make potions yet, but we'll get to that in a moment. So to make more of these scrolls, or at least let's tell you what the scrolls do. We've got the Thunder Scroll, which if I have any nearby entities, oh look, there's some volunteers right now. And I use this. This is just level 1. It will use up the scroll and basically Thunder Strike nearby entities. Now, higher the level, the bigger the radius, the more entities it affects. The Druid Scroll, this one here is a lot of fun. We'll cover that one last. The minor scroll I showed you, the Demon Scroll. This one here is a bit evil. You can shoot out fireballs. Now, of course, you get more castings with it. I'm using this in creative mode, so that's why it says level -1. But if it were in a higher level amount, I could get multiple shots with it. And then you can even stack these depending upon what they are, the levels match up and so on. Now, a Sage Scroll simply will give you levels. Now, I'm not in the right mode here. There we go. I'm level 25 now, but if I 25 3/4, if I use this scroll, there we go. I'm now 26. So it'll give you about a level's worth at a time, maybe a little bit more, and you can level that up to level 10 if you so desire. So here's the other thing here, the Druid Scroll that I've got. This one here is level 10. This one here is level 1. Let's use the level 1 first and foremost. We'll go over here and use the level 1 right here. Pow. Now, I did not clear out the area, so therefore it was trying to spawn trees and stuff. But it will basically fill in the area with a bunch of just little, like, bone mealed stuff, and it will spawn some trees in and whatnot. So let's pick out a nice clear area. Yeah, this tree here looks perfect. We're going to center this around this tree. In fact, there we go. We'll just clear that out real quick. Give you a bird's eye view of what this area looks like, right? So now let's use this Druid Scroll down here. Pow. Now, can I get up? I'm going to break my way up to the top here. But you can now see that the level 10 version covers a massive area, and it will instantly create your own forest landscape, complete with its entire grassy, flowery area. It's pretty darn cool. So let's get back to the potions real quick, just so that you know how to make them, because I did not actually cover that. You're going to want a potion cauldron. You just need to make one of these with some iron and a block of coal, because it comes with its built-in fireplace. You don't have to put it on any kind of, like burning area and then half your house burns down or anything. You notice how this one here looks kind of like it's being heated at the bottom? That's what this is. Basically, you've made a cauldron, and it's got a coal section underneath built in. So all you need to do is right click, and it is now heated. That's it. It's good. Now, if you want to go further, you're going to need to add a bucket of water. And then you can add ingredients. So if I wanted to make a potion like liquid luck, I need coal, lapis, and mountain fly fire juice. All right, there we go. Lapis, coal, and mountain firefly juice. So let's go up here, toss these into it. 2 and 3. And then it pops out with a liquid luck potion, just like that. And then you can drink it. And you'll have the desired effect for several minutes. Now, of course, they're going to vary depending upon the potion's effects. But as I discussed, you now know what they do as well. So that pretty much sums up Firefly in its current state. It's a really fantastic mod. It adds some really nice aesthetics, as well as some really nice little just ways of kind of decimating or rebuilding the landscape. Some magical effects and whatnot, all just for juicing your own Firefly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this bit by bit on Firefly. If so, be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe. Don't be afraid to stop by on Twitch. And as always, don't forget to spread the mischief. We'll see you guys next time.